Welcome, welcome, crafty friends. I am Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Niagara region in Ontario. It's about 20-ish, depends on the traffic, minutes away from Niagara Falls. Thank you for joining me for my live at 7 o'clock. Do say hi when you are here, whether you're watching the replay or not. If you're watching the replay, do the hashtag replay so I know. What was I going to tell you? Oh, before I forget, there are 3 more days to register as an early bird for our holiday Crafternoon card making event. That's a lot of words. Just want to tell you a bit about it. You're going to make 8 gorgeous cards. 2 of those are fun folds, and they're really pretty. You're getting about $50 in swag. There are door prizes. Woot! Surprises. We always do surprises. Oh, pardon me. Video tutorials that you have lifetime access to. Fun and more. Excuse me. I have to have a drink of water. Now I decide to cough. Excuse me. So sorry. What else can I tell you? Oh, 1 second. Like, that doesn't happen usually. I haven't coughed all afternoon, and now I'm coughing. So, go figure, right? Go figure. I'm wondering if anybody guessed what the clue was. A cut and color. Cut and color. It sounds like we're getting our hair done tonight, doesn't it? But we're not. Anyway, I say we get started. So I'm going to turn you around. So I'm going to cough again. I'm so sorry. Not done yet, apparently. Alrighty. I hope that's not too noisy. It doesn't make a noise for me, but it might. Alrighty. You're also getting a sneak peek of one of the stamp sets in the new mini. I haven't turned my light on yet. Oh, well, it's on, but it's in the wrong spot. Here we go. Pardon me. Anyway, I am going to put the link to register for the Holiday Crafternoon. I'll put that in after the video. So never fear, never fear. So here's the stamp set throughout the year. And what I really like about this is, well, and you can probably tell by looking at it, is that it really is throughout the year. I always like stamp sets that get really, really good bang for your buck. I don't know. That always sounds, I don't know if that sounds weird or what. But anyway, look at Easter. Happy holidays. Cheers to you in the new year. Happiest of birthdays. Trick or treat. Best of luck. You mean so much to me. That's like all the time. Be my Valentine and thank you. What else could you ask for? So this is a cling set, so it's red rubber. You don't need anything underneath your paper when you are stamping with it. And again, you're going to see this in the brand new mini, so you might want to add that to your list. Oh my goodness. Hey Elsie, how are you? Alrighty, so lately I have been obsessed with the blending brushes. You probably already know that I'm a huge fan of blending. There's the blending markers, but we're going to use the blending brushes for this. I'm just going to make sure I'm centered because I don't look terribly centered. All right, before I get too far, actually, you know what? I'll do that last. This is for our sentiment. I've already stamped the sentiment, so which color is it going to be? Pretty Peacock. Let's go with Pretty Peacock. So I'm just going to stamp this and go from there. Every time I use the red rubber, look at the mess I make. Every time. Oh, and upside down, but that doesn't matter. And it's crooked, that doesn't matter because it's getting die cut. But I just love the way, Stampin' Up's, like the quality of the stamps is fantastic. Alrighty, so let's get on with my obsession. Does anybody else, I don't know, do you have the blending brushes, number 1, and number 2, if you do you like playing with them? So this is Pretty Peacock, and this is Pretty Peacock, so I just want to make sure I'm putting this in the right spot. I went out peach picking today with my daughter and grandson. We went to, I think it's Lincoln. If that's where the watering can is, because it's just a bit past there. Past and then down a road and so on and so on. It was slim pickings. No pun intended. It was slim pickings, but we did get some beautiful peaches. And there's just something about, as you know, there's just something. Okay, what is in the way of this? Oh, I know what it is. Nothing's in the way. Okay, hang on. I'm just moving you a tad. Oh, it's this. I'm trying to think. What am I seeing? Hello, Bea. Hello, Lois. Welcome. So what I'm doing is I'm just laying down a bit of color. I don't actually need this whole page, so I'm going to hold on here because I've already done this a bunch today and or this afternoon. Because we were out for quite some time. Anyway, I'm just going to lay down some color, and then I will add to it as, because this looks like the dog's breakfast right now, doesn't it? That's what I always find. If you are ever in the St. Catharines area, there's a, what's it called? 13th Street. I know it's a winery, but they have a fantastic bakery. And yes, I did. We got tarts. I got like a sour cherry tart. Oh my goodness. Carrot cake, other tarts, cookie for my grandson. Carrot cake was quite good. And we are not eating it all in one day. I do have some pictures to post, so I'll do that maybe tomorrow. My daughter's got 3 days off, so we are going to do a whole bunch of things. I better get with this. Come on, Sandy. I'm pressing pretty hard, and I'm also like really scraping the ink to get it, I know, off the page. It doesn't matter if there's a couple of dark spots. It really, really doesn't. You might be thinking, what on earth is she doing? Or Sandy's done this before, but not what I'm going to do. I haven't done before. And do stick around to the end because I think I have 4 more cards to show you. I finished, the reason I was a couple minutes late is I just finished one just seconds before. I'm like, uh-oh, it's 7. Better get moving. All right, I'm going back to the other color. 13th Street Winery. Thank you, Elsie. Somehow I knew you might be able to help me. Yeah, it does have it was packed. The entire building was packed. Everything. We're parked in the back parking lot. It's just gorgeous. And the scenery is beautiful on the way there. So you can't beat that. Okay, I don't want to know of any other good bakeries. My daughter heard about this one from the vet where she works. Said it's just awesome and you have to go. So we did. All right, so you start with this. Take these brushes, Sandy, and move them away. You start with this. Close up your stamp sets. You don't want them to dry out. There they go. So because we've only lived here for 2 years, we're still discovering places. Anyway, back to the important stuff. Okay, so what you end up when you keep going is something like this. This one has a little bit of dustiness on it. You could, at this point, if you wanted to, go and put some water on it. I can show you what that looks like. I'm spraying that off to the side, just a little bottle, so I don't get anything else here wet. You could do this randomly. Dry your hand, dry the desk, and then it just makes really cool little water spots on it. That has to dry. And then what you do is you bring out your die. Now this is called Gorgeous Gardens, and there's 2 dies. I will show you the other one. Hang on. Oh, and of course it's stuck. There we go. So you get these 2 dies. I've been using this one a whole lot more, but these are cool. Really, really cool. So we've done the coloring. How about we... Oh, look, I am so fast. Holy macaroni, Batman. So that's what it looks like. So at first it looks pretty awful, doesn't it? And then you get to this part. Now, oh, let me see. How am I going to do this? This way. Okay. And now you would think I would have my scissors out. And now we're going to give this a trim. I know. Doesn't that sound crazy? So now comes the cut. This is the part, you know, where you pay the hairdresser extra because you're getting something special. Alrighty, let's go here. I thought, I really love this. I really love this die. But I thought, okay, been there, done that. I want to try something different. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of rough cutting it. Well, actually, I am going to rough cut it. It's easier to cut it once it's loosey-goosey. So none of that is attached. I'm going to come over here, rough cut that, and we're loose. Cool. Now you have to do a little bit of fixing up. Oh, Janice, welcome. You're not often able to be here live, but that's very nice. Awesome. So if you missed the intro, we're doing a color and cut. So right now we're doing the cut part. We've done the coloring. I know this set looks really dark too. A lot darker than I usually do. You could do this with any of the colors that you have. I like to keep them complementary. Like, for example, I wouldn't, or not too far apart. Like, I don't know, for example, that I would use like a yellow and the night of navy. Did I even tell you what colors I used? I did not. I used, good Lord, Sandy. I used Pretty Peacock, which is this one, and Night of Navy, which is this one. I like the way that's cut. Sometimes when this comes out of the paper, depending on how you cut your paper, you end up trimming the outer edges a bit, and you will probably end up doing that too. All right, so I'm going to bring this over. So what I did is just make sure I have the right pieces with me. I do. All right, and I'm going to put the measurements in the description. My standard. This is basic white, just the regular, not the thick. And then I cut a layer of basic white because I cannot do one layer cards. I have the worst time with that. What I thought I would do is put it over at the edge. But first, you remember this paper? Oh, put something dark under it so you can see it. Here we go. There. I think now you can see. There we go. I'm not sure which is if there's an up or a down. Anyway, this paper I'm really loving. Nice fingers. It's your the Vellum Basics. A little hard to find in the catalog. Well, not that hard. Anyway, so what I did is I took one of the basic border dies and just randomly cut. And you know it's difficult for to stick vellum down and not have it seen. Not to worry. Because what we're going to do, and I cannot find my silicone sheet. I do this all the time. So I'm going to bring in, I know this sounds quite unusual, but you can do it here. I'm going to put a little bit, it's the worst trying to get it on this. Come on. Nope. I'm going to have to use my desk. Oh, I did it before. Move. I don't like when it's too, oh, right. I can use a glue dot. I give. I'm only going to try so many times. Ah, so Janice loves the die, but you don't own it yet. I like the yet. I like the yet. Nice and flat. Hopefully you don't see these. I might be underneath. Good Lord, Sandy, underneath. All right. And you also don't need a ton. I'm going to use 3. And hope that the die lands on top right there. So these are the glue dots, which when you can't get your seal to work, it's hard to get the seal started on vellum. All right, I want it right at the edge, so you know I'm going to tip it this way and get it end to end. And groovy. There you go. And now we're going to glue this on. Now you might have wondered why did I not use the adhesive sheets? Because that's a lot of adhesive sheet, and I'm not necessarily going to use. Well, I'm not using the whole sheet, But I thought, you know, if you're careful with your gluing, don't go too nuts so crazy on it, you will be just fine. Mostly what I'm concerned with here, or not, it's not a concern, mostly what I'm going to focus on is the edge, because we do want the edge to stick. So I'm very, very, very lightly squeezing, and then down it goes. And just like some of the other cards I made, I'm going to turn this one sideways in a second to make sure we've got it. Wouldn't that make a pretty card going this direction too? Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Oh, but I have to, quick, use your wiggle time. Sandy, don't chitter chat, use your wiggle time. There we go. But we're going this way. We're going portrait for this one. But yeah, any direction is going to work. Don't you worry, this will not go to waste. I promise you. I am going to just simply glue this down. And like I said, I'm gluing to one side. And again, you do not need a ton of glue. You do not need to do this. You're going to get gluey fingers. That's the most, and you're going to be buying a lot more glue. All right, so I'm going to right over to the edge. So forget if this is top to bottom or not. It looks like it is. Okay. I cut this out a couple days ago. Now, the reason I did this is because, shockingly, you don't see any embossing on this, do you? I know. How weird is that? I don't feel like I'm myself. Now, if I can, there it is. So here's our sentiment cut out, and I use the Stylish Shapes dies. This is the banner, and I simply cut off the end because I didn't really need that on the card. So probably about there. But of course I have to put some ribbon on it because we need a little something, something. Nope, not that. This time I am using the seal, and it will work. I'm almost at the end, and I think that's what it's complaining about, that, hey, Sandy, we're at the end. All right, and I am going to use the glittered organdy ribbon because I think it's so pretty. You don't, you're not going to find this in the catalog. It is in the online exclusives. No. It's on the online, in the online store. Could be an online exclusive. Now that I've said it, I don't remember. Look at how I'm backing off. I don't need that much. I have no idea why I glued that much, put that much adhesive on. And we'll cut there. Oop, all the way through. Perfect. It's kind of like the glue with ribbon. You don't have to cover the whole thing in ribbon. And if you are adverse to using ribbon, I think this will simplify things for you. All right, so I generally try to avoid where the ribbon is. I'll show you in one of the other cards that I've done how it came together. So we have just that little sparkle, and I'm actually going to have this touch so it brings it all together. We're going to start right at that edge, go like so. We are going to do the inside of the card, then we embellish the front. So here's the inside, and oh, look what we have. All right, so then to figure out what part you're going to use. It doesn't have to be, actually, you know what? I already cut one. This is way darker. No, I should show you how to do it, what I did. I'm trying to think of where I cut from. I might have cut that. I definitely cut that out. Scissors, come to Sandy. Again, this is a rough cut, so we're going to make it prettier. And try to stick to the angle. Hey, you know what? I was going to tell you. I know it's kind of personal, but it had a pretty big impact on me when I found out. I finally got in to see an optometrist. And needless to say, I was very upset when I left. He didn't do anything wrong. My eyes did. They've been watching a cataract in my left eye, and the fact that it was my left eye that had a tear and had to be laser fixed. And he said to me, oh, he said, I was going to see you in 6 months, but you know, I'm actually going to see you. I'm actually going to refer you to an eye surgeon, like my jaw drops. And that would be because I have a very fast growing cataract. So of course I had to Google it. And I'm like, where did that come from? Because I did not have that at my last appointment, which was in Kitchener. So probably a year and a half ago. Anyway, so that puppy has to come out before it's too blurry to see. So I'm sorry about my big, long, sad story. Let's talk about happy things. Hey, we're making a card using supplies that again, I'm obsessed with. Like that. So you can use any of these pieces. I kind of wanted to bring this together a little bit more, thus that little piece right there. And just for a little more interest. This was the one I had cut previous. I thought we used the one that I just did. All right, so we'll finish the front. Sorry, I forgot about this little guy. And I should do this where you can see it. Come on. I left it standing, I think. Yeah, I think I did. Whoop. And then I put too much on. There we go. You can get in there. And then this one, I'm just going to glue a little bit on that little end part. We don't want that sticking up. Can you believe I did not emboss anything on this card? Ooh, heart palpitations. Eek! There we go. And we'll do that on a bit of an angle. There we go. It's always a nice little surprise, isn't it? When people look inside the card and get to see something they're not expecting. And back up. And we open the card, put that in. Dun, da, 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 and then we will embellish. And then I have the other cards to show you. All right. Let's get that straight. Straight would be nice. I might be a little bit obsessed about things being straight. I just might be. All right, get the lid on that before I forget. Alrighty. Oop. And then, here they are. I looked at all my different gems and, I had to go back to Old Faithful. These are the rhinestone jewels. And I really, really, really love them. We are using 5, by the way. I'm going to throw one in over here. We have kind of wonky triangles, but they work. So for me, this is, like with this not being embossed, it's a lot more plain. Is that the word? I'm not sure. All right. So anyway, there's card number 1. Let me know what you think. This was using up the rest of the first piece I had. So again, there's nothing up here. And I turned it this time. I forget if I did the inside. I don't think I did on these because I was running out of time. Okay. I know, I don't know, does it look black? Because I can definitely see the Pretty Peacock in the Night of Navy. So these are sentiments all from that same, throughout the year. This one, I just want to show you what I did. Cheers to you and the new year. Nope. So I just put tape over this part when I stamped it, and then took the tape off, and I heat embossed in black. Okay, then I decided to do nice, bright, happy colors, still using that. This is the exact same die I used there. And that one is Melon Mambo and, oh, rats. Oh, wait. I will find out. Oh, that drives me nuts when I forget the colors. Oh, Calypso Coral. There we go. So if you ever think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with a die like that? I want to show you options. So no embossing on any of these. Then I decided I would emboss half the paper. So I put the embossing, we'll pretend this isn't attached to the card. I knew where I wanted this placed. I'd already looked. So I put the embossing folder like so. And always run it through on this seam. You don't want to break it going the other way. And I managed to just get the top done. And the seam is covered by the frame there. So that's another one. Also, this one's also heat embossed in black. And then, because, you know, it was bugging me that I didn't have one card with this, it turns out I had already embossed and cut out this with colors. This has got Lost Lagoon. It's got Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather? Gorgeous Grape. And it actually has Night of Navy over a bunch of the blue to kind of darken it up a bit. And I put it on one of the deckled circles that I showed you in the video when I did my surprise unboxing. And I just attached it to the Night of Navy and heat embossed that. And again, I didn't do the inside. Didn't have time. So my friends, guess what? There they are. Oh, this is some, oh, here's another sneak peek. This is the Calypso Coral Woven Trim, I believe it's called. Oh, excuse me. I stand corrected. Braided linen trim in Calypso Coral. And I wanted to add that to the card to give it a little bit more life as well. So there we are. Can you believe it? This does not take long. It takes a whole lot longer when you're doing a video. But yeah, there they are. And this is all using the same stamp set and using the same set of dies, which were the Gorgeous Gardens. I remembered already. So one last quick little reminder. Do register for the Holiday Crafternoon. You are guaranteed a good time. It is going to be fun. Jen and I always make it fun. And the cards are going to be so pretty. And you'll get a jump start on your Christmas card making. So, link will be there. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and leave a comment. And feel free, if you live in Canada, you can join our Holiday Crafternoon. It's going to be virtual, so anybody in Canada can come to it, which makes it really cool. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. I will have better pictures. My lighting is horrible tonight. There, a little brighter now. I always try to, there we go, try to keep that away from the camera. Thank you so much. I will say goodbye, and I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have yourself a wonderful week. Bye-bye.